They were first found in Kailua, and then when you go around the island from Kailua, where do you end up? Waimanalo. What's after Waimanalo? Hawaii Kai. So we would be foolish to pretend that the Coqui Frogs are not coming. The Coqui Frogs are coming. That's the pole review. That's why we're doing this proactively, to learn from those who went through this, and some of the lessons that can be taught to us, the things and the ways that we can organize.
What is the coqui? Basically, the coqui frog is a small frog up to 2 inches in length. It can vary in color from like a light brown to a darker color, and some of them have a mid-dorsal stripe going down the middle of their back. Basically, during the day, coqui seek refuge in anything moist, so they'll go underneath leaf litter and get close to the soil. Just anything with a little bit of moisture in it, they go and hide there. At night, they're active at night. So at night, they'll go on to some type of perch, onto a tree, onto a leaf, and they'll do where they'll forage for food and then also try to seek a mate. And that's where the males make that 2-note whistle. After mating, females lay an egg cluster and the males will guard the eggs, which is kind of unique that the males guard the eggs. And they actually lack a tadpole stage. So when the females lay the eggs, in about 2 to 3 weeks, tiny little, we call them froglets, hatch out. So no tadpole stage, which makes their range very expansive because they don't need a body of water to actually incubate eggs.
Well, where's the coqui frog? Just to give you an idea and recap where it's found in Hawaii. The most populations already have been told by Representative Tsuji is that it occurs, as well as Dylan, occurs in East Hawaii and also found along the Hamakua coast. So they have the largest populations on the island. In Maui, there's about 22 acres in the Maliko Gulch area and adjacent residential areas nearby. As far as movement, most of the movement occurs at night. Okay, and they climb up into the trees on the Big Island up to like 20 feet, 20, 30 feet up in the tree canopy. So they'll move. The thing about it is when daylight is soon coming, they're looking for a place to hide. Basically, it's a safe place away from direct sunlight. It's moist, so it provides them the hydration they need to survive. And then also, it's just protected. It's protected from other non-predators. But, you know, moving-wise, on their own, they're not moving on their own. What they're doing is they're hitchhiking rides on commodities. For example, we had staff members in Hilo, who's based at our Hilo office, take his boat that he regularly takes to the ocean, launches it, starts cranking his engine, the engine don't work. He pops the cover, try to check to see what's wrong, and he had about 3 or 4 frogs inside the engine cover. So I mean, they can get onto things and be transported. They could hitchhike on a truck.
The property values on the Big Island are threatened. Right now, you have to have a coqui frog disclosure form as part of the real estate transaction in the process of selling or buying a house. Do you or do you not have coqui frogs? The pioneer who really was the, I think Representative Tsuji, you were more of the Paul Revere, who said, let's get serious about this, and who now is now in the legislature, and I used to laugh at him when he would speak about coqui frogs. Would you please welcome Representative Clift Tsuji?
As I went from house to house, people started to talk about the coqui and how it was actually bothering them, not because of what it does to the economy or what it does to the plants. They just couldn't stand the coqui sound. And as the presentations showed, coqui multiplies in an unceasing, relentless basis, and the next thing you know, it's overwhelming. Another thing, as they become more acclimated and everything else, on the Big Island, it's not unusual to see coqui frog being attached to vehicles. And when you drive from one place to another, coqui frog can be attached to it, and it just accidentally falls off, and you have it in a new area. The downside, it takes appropriation funding and people banding together and taking it very seriously. Take it on your basis. Hawaii Kai. It's controllable. You detect. Call the coqui hotline.